Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this upload, I want to talk about the all things are good statement and how powerful it can be, especially when there seems to be no objective confirmatory evidence that this is true. When we use the statement all things are good or everything is good, and of course you can use different phrasing so long as you're saying the same thing in substance. When you use that statement, you are evoking your authority to make this your reality. The statement, all things are good, actually means that you have no judgment about whatever it is that you're looking at or facing or experiencing. And when you have no judgment, you instantly reveal the truth of whatever the circumstance and so on is. And as we know from the Bible, truth is the liberator, which means that any ill effect that a thing has, you are instantly freed from those ill effects. So this is why it's really important to use the all things are good statement or something similar. One of the most overlooked aspects of our existence is the fact that we are always and continuously God. We are substantively and fundamentally God. And as we're told in the Bible, in the New Testament book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 2, God cannot lie. And that means that we, because we are God, we cannot lie. So when we speak as God, which is to speak feelingly or to speak through our emotions, whatever we say is instantly a fact, and that fact will become our objective reality. So when we say all things are good, that is going to be our reality. We are liberating ourselves from the ill effects of the things that we'd rather not be going through. So this is why it's so important for us to always check in as frequently as we possibly can on what we are saying feelingly to ourselves. A few people have expressed to me at various times by email that they feel they can't use the spiritual language of emotion, but that's not true. We all can. We use it all the time. And as I say, it's really important to check in on what you are communicating to the divine emotionally. And I'm going to say a bit more about that later on in the exercise that I'm going to share. Neville Goddard, the great beloved mystic, tells us that when we are still enough and silent enough, we can actually hear the spiritual language of emotion being spoken. And so please do let me know in the comments below if you want me to go into that a bit more, and perhaps I will pick that up in a future upload. It is a little bit more esoteric in nature. I know some of you do enjoy that side of things. So I think this upload particularly will be a blend of both. But I will say, if you want me to go into how we hear the spiritual language of emotion being spoken a bit more in a future upload, please let me know. So back to the subject at hand. As I say, to hear it being spoken, you want to become still and you want to become silent. But even if you're not sure how to achieve that sort of thing, you can still very easily be aware of when you are speaking to yourself mentally, particularly at times of emotional brilliance, let's say, or at times of emotional overwhelm, particularly negative overwhelm. You are aware, if you just observe yourself, that you'll be muttering away, saying something to yourself. So it's that sort of thing, although not that absolutely. So yes, you definitely can communicate using the spiritual language of emotion, and doing this to communicate the all things are good edict is a powerful instruction to your soul emanation or your divine self, that your divinity instructs consciousness to form around you everything that confirms your statement or your belief. And remember, esoterically speaking, belief just means the countenancing or the entertaining of an emotional condition. So what I want to do now is give this message a practical focus. So I'm going to share with you an exercise, and I do recommend that you give this a try, or I invite you cordially and lovingly to give this exercise a try and just look at the deeper workings, if you like, of the all things are good statements, particularly. So please do this when you're ready and able to relax more fully. So I'd say you're probably going to enjoy it more when you're going to bed. When you first try it, I'm sure it will take about 10 minutes. As with all these things, the more you do them, the shorter the amount of time it will take for you to get to the requisite levels of relaxation and so on. So hopefully you've got a nice comfy bed to lay on. You need to be warm. You want to be able to be relaxed, so undisturbed. I know it's not easy for those with young children and so on. So if you can find a moment to do this when you're alone, perfect. I do say when you're going to bed, it might not be possible to do it until, at some time in the day or what have you, but just find time for yourself, 15 minutes or so, to get nice and relaxed on your bed, to be warm. So I think I'm trying to say that, be nestled and comfy and maybe even cozy as you're lying down, because you want to feel supported and totally relaxed and unmolested. And when you're comfortable and relaxed, you can use the cycle of breaths to relax yourself. Or if you have your own effective method for getting into a deep relaxation, please do that. Don't go so deep so that you can't direct your thoughts and what you're going to be doing and saying, but just go deep enough so that, as Neville says, you can move, but you don't move. You elect not to move. You're able to stay still. You're going to do this, if I haven't said it already, with your eyes closed. Remember the gentle smile on your mouth, that feeling of love for yourself, head to toe. Love absolutely every inch of yourself. It's really important that you feel kindly disposed to your humanity. And as you get into this relaxed state, I want you to imagine that you are growing on the bed. You're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And initially, you will feel that you're getting too big for the bed and too big for the room, but that will change and you'll feel that you'll begin to dissipate almost and then reform into a being. I want you to imagine that what this process is doing is enabling you to switch from operating as your humanity to operating as your divinity, your greater body, your body of love and light, which is your soul emanation. And allow your soul to be wherever it is in consciousness, whether that's a paradisical beach, a beautiful green field, a palace, a mountaintop. Just allow your soul to be wherever it is in the vastness and the infiniteness of consciousness. And be aware of the fact that you are now a body. And so you have a finite form. And imagine that in your divinely greater forehead is your human self, positioned as a baby would be in its mother's womb. So it's in the fetal position. And you as divinity are the carrier or mother of your human body. And as you enhance this connection, you may see something very similar to an umbilicus, and it will be coming from the normal place that an umbilical cord connects in a baby, in a fetus, to its mother's womb. It's going to have that same connection going into your divine body. And allow the connection to grow stronger. And as you allow the connection to grow stronger, feel the tremor of unrest in your human. And allow the sensation to grow and grow to a level that is comfortable. Keep watching your human. And don't resist the unease you're now divining. Just allow yourself to co-experience the unrest. And then when you feel ready, compose your divine self and grow still. And listen now to your human. And as you listen, you'll hear your human voice saying, I want everything to be good. And respond to your human, I cannot help you with that. You may feel a tremor again, just allow it to settle. And then hear your human voice say, all things are good, or everything is good, or everything is all right. Your human voice will say something along those lines to you. And as you hear and you watch, you're going to smile and communicate back through emotional code. So shall it be. Or it is so, or it is done. Allow whatever language comes to you most naturally to be communicated back to your human using emotional code. And then wait. And then allow your humanity, your human, to grow still within you. You may hear a heartbeat or feel something approximating a heartbeat coming from your humanity. Whatever sensation you feel or whatever you hear, just allow it to dissipate, so to grow quieter and quieter. And when you are ready, you're going to return to the surface. Breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth. Breathe in for as long as is physically comfortable, and then out through your mouth for as long as it's physically comfortable. And as you breathe out, make an R sound so you start to revive. You may have to do that a couple of times depending on how deep you travel or how far you travel when you go into this meditative state. So please remember to move your toes and to move your fingers to help bring you back to your objective senses. Do not open your eyes until you feel sufficiently revived. And just before you open your eyes, I want you to smile as you return to operating as your human self. Become aware of the bed that you're lying on. Become aware of the smells and the sounds of your environment that are familiar to you. And when you feel ready, open your eyes and take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. Do rewind this part of the upload so that you can listen to the exercise again, so that you have it in your own mind. Remember, there is no specific focus prescribed here. So I'm not saying you're going to do this meditation to bring about X, Y, or Z outcome. You are the best and the only person to direct the manner in which you use this type of exercise. Just follow your inspiration, modify things as you see fit, but keep the framework consistent. So what we're doing here is practicing reverentia ad altiorum sui, or deference to the deeper self, or reverence to the higher self, who Neville Goddard reminds us is the one that determines what is possible in our lives. So if we all get into the habit of speaking as our divinity, we are going to speak with real authority. As I say, there's no specificity given to the exercise here, but it will be evident to you that you are well and that life is going well for you in every conceivable way. Whatever that looks like for you is how things are going to show up. So, as I say, if you want to specify the focus, you can do that. You need to allow your intuition to guide you. Otherwise, there you have it, an exercise that gives a practical way to use the all things are good statement. Please do give this exercise a try. Share your insights with me in the comments below. Feel free to reach out to me by email. I do love hearing from you, and I get inspired by you as well. Thank you very much for listening. Do support my channel. If you enjoy the content, let me know the kind of thing that you'd like to hear from me. Until we are together again, stay phenomenally you.